All right, raise your hand if you grew up with a bike. Raise your hand if you grew up with a bike. Keep your hand up. Everyone look around the room. Almost every single person here, I think I see 5 people whose hands are not up. And this is a memory that I think we can all, if you had your hand in the air, this is a memory that I think we can all agree on was a memory of freedom and escape and independence. I mean, what 8-year-old? We don't have much independence at that age, and your bike is that for you. I have a very distinct memory of being about 8 years old, riding on my bike by myself. I mean, I could literally pinpoint where on my street I was. And I was pedaling my legs as fast as they could go, and literally the wind blinding my eyes, and thinking, oh, I feel so grown up. I feel so independent. I feel so free. And I'm sure a lot of you have a similar memory of that with your bike, but a lot of you might not. A lot of you might have associated your memory of a bike differently. And I remember talking about this memory with someone, a man I met at a networking event. And he said, when I told him that story, he said, my bike was my escape from my stepdad. And I don't know where I would have been had I not had that bike. And that really hit me. These bikes, one of my most favorite things about our bike reveals, if you've ever volunteered at a bike reveal and you've stayed to help distribute the bikes to the parents, is the stories that the parents say when they come pick up the bikes. And one year we had this 18-year-old boy come pick up a bike for his sister, and he said, our parents died a few weeks ago, and I'm now the parent for my sister. And this was literally the most life-changing, devastating thing to happen to them. He's like, I don't know what to do with her, but this is the biggest gift we could have been given, because now I have something to do with her. It's a little bit of joy when we had none. It had all been taken. And that story really sticks out to me. When we set out to give these bikes, we anticipated the freedom and the escape and the joy, all the things I talked about in that video, but something we didn't anticipate was it bringing families together. Every parent loves their kids, but not every parent knows how to love their kids properly. And a lot of these parents didn't grow up in families that spent time together. They don't have money. I was very fortunate to grow up in a family where we played board games and cards and went on family bike rides after dinner. But a lot of these families don't. They don't know how to do those things. They don't know what to do. They don't have money to do it, so they do nothing. And so when you give them something to do together, they do it. And it has created this family time that never existed before. So we have found this benefit that we didn't anticipate was bringing families together. Some kids, we have been told, the weeks we give our bikes at the schools, are new to the school because they're in foster care. They have literally gone through the most horrific scenario that most of us in this room will never, thankfully, have to experience, and they're 8. They've either witnessed it or it's been done to them, and so much so they've had to remove from their home, and now they're in a home with a stranger. And they happen to be placed into the school that we are giving bikes to that week. And they get a bike. Think about the joy that is bringing to them. It is truly a light in the dark. Right? All of these kids that we serve, they have been dealt a shitty hand. They're kids. They can't do anything about it. They are stuck in it until they are old enough to get out. And that is where we come in tonight. When we go into our Fund the Mission and our paddle raise and our auction, please think about, the amazing summer vacation you have coming up, the really nice dinner reservation you have made and the amazing home you're going to go home to. Think about those kids who don't have any of that and how you are able to have a hand in that. I want you to think about the little girl whose parents had died 2 weeks ago, the 8-year-old boy who was escaping his stepdad, and the little girl who was just put in foster care. Thank you.